faso de be wura mu sadia ene na ebia na woni fie na nso dwumadie opese oka ho ane okọ Abefonten tanso eye YouTube na Facebook a oyehwe Wake Up Africa GH Wake Up Africa GH a dwumadie obetimi aka ho live na wonso wahwe bi sanso na matena si fa SMS na WhatsApp message fa bremi o de ba making kan e de ama number ade fa so e de aba no eye 0206 519335 0206 519335 fa bremi making kan e de ama maka ne sa no afei nkaibo kakra e wo ho na nkaibo e wo ho ne se eye memenda e wo yanima e bai o ye free the mind ni a me pacho class ni ho e ma obi biara eno nti reps no mun take note na mun frefrem ho mu a mo beti nkaibo yi no e de atoto platforms ne so se wate na onua bi nti afra onua no ma ne nti ase se eye na wo twe a e wo yanimu yi memenda e wo yanimu yi esan abatwo ni nti no no class wo akwanya yen ye Ghana for yen so ye participate eno nti no wo akwanya opese okoto aba obetimi akokoto aba eno nti there will be no class se be ya opese okoto aba obetimi akokoto ebia na okra no o register o ba bia se otu kwan kokoto aha eno nti free the mind members nyina no obi bia ni ho a class ni ho em obi bia la yen ko class eno ye nkaba edikan a yesre obi bia se mo be hye no so ni reps no na mo fa to platforms no various platforms ni nyina se na be members no ebeti no be hu na o ma take note of it ni o bi mu so eye ndua dwumadi a ekọ so e o Cape Coast na eye for ni be hwe ayem se reps no yenia ozo ndua obadwuma yie pa ofa atete mema o na ndua ofa de ewura sika ozo de ewura sika semu na obi ye ni yie pa ema enye asem keto akra na eno na ozo ene ni executive say ni di kan memfa aseda PSA ema National Council members nyina say mu nyina mo bo hwi na mo de mani onyam ebeta dwumadie no ewo Cape Coast ma dwumadie no ye ka behwe eno ati no eye enkaibo eye Darling FM mu amote enkaibo no Darling FM so Cape Coast eno nti moti ye mo so modi mo ani onyam ne munim die nyina ba ye beta dwumadie na chi ma dwumadie ne ye ka behwe no ozo ne executive say me fa seda PSA ema mu nyina na afei members a mo so na mo so ma dwumadie no nyina eba so ma bibia be ye fefefe no ozo say ene ne executive say aseda PSA ekoma mu nyina afei maka ne sa awie no ye beko empanyifo ho ansa ne be company for ho no Israel consult e be di dwa kakra isanse ono okwa odi biba aha odi quantum spectacle abadwa manso na spectacle we ne dwumadi a edi ne se pato glaucoma eno de spectacle we anya wodia isanse so glaucoma dia entumi ensawo sa yare no na emom se uyi obi a okenkan ade na kusukuku abawani so wani approve so se wo hwe bukuma anase ebi a wo hwe laptop so wo hwe phone so tablet so a na wani approve so ni ade a pacho wo spectacle ni we ebe hili wani no apart from glaucoma no yare bia wo wani no so no we ebedi hu dwuma e de ama na we abusu anchemfa hili ani na ahili awie no ehu hia se obehye bim na we yi ato ho na obi ono so wo saa ohaw no aniwa haw no na ono so atimi afa ahye na ono so anya saa yaresa no ani nti we abusu anchemfa enye no nko a yen a office for tembia wo hwe TV so wo ani si TV hwe TV udi ujuma laptop tablet phone so ebe ho ban fi radiation ho ani nti musafo no so no spectacle we enko ede mamo na ebia na opebia me pacho bomoden na fre eye 0244 eye brother Ediko aha ofre na onsa ebetumi aka eye spectacle yibi afede maka ne sa no ye beda mpanyifo na di na afei dwumadie no ye de ahye so ija
Kumi
no akwaba
so
you say bibia eboko
yeah
e do body ase e do body ase and I was say asida PSA enkoma oni mama Africa say mode mahoden enim nim de bebo chidon oyebema and obo adwuma say reps ni nyina ebe peja ye homre so aye se ozo a bigidi say anka ofa oni how and ran ye di ani hu ye no e wo keep course no say reps no ye ma ye homre so na ye yes adwuma ne saade a ene ye ofa wabo adwuma na migidi say ye beye aha enu nti
na what's that why
enti ija ma kwa ababium
okay
enu nti mesa ba wo nchen ova kofi ova ma kwa aba
ejo so
se bibia boko
wada
ova unza oso ni zema unza ahoden keze unza ahoden
ayo
yo ova emso na watch send wudi ewura mu enam video so ne pictures so ma yehu anwanwade ma ebinom mo kire se no munim da se saa bibiman saa ya to apeti ewo babia na nya oda na di ma omu se Asia sana abifo go sei tam no enye wadawro ma nanka yenim saa de we nyina enu nti no ma ye krado se enne no waka na wo se wode be yiwura ode na ode enwura eye Europe Jafet a ono so fa asase no enam so no yenkohwe ebibifo a ebia epie wo mu enu nti dwumadie no ofa sabri meja ye dia ma ona ye wo bia no ode ama
da sikofi ye di ka ebe chia ahefo nyina
ahefo eje so
na me wo asida kese nyinu so a
okay
ese ndima ye di ka ye Zion ladies
okay
enra ansa na ebe ko class no say me ni mo kasa wie no mo ko na kwa so
yeah
na ma Africa ka say obi be buy class
okay
I'm saying when buy class we dey obi be ba me mo ndi I wie class no ansa na who say sister adwa
okay adwa blame
onu ko ampo
okay
em so ni kuku na kasa
okay
na kuku aka say or say in 5 minutes obi do want to mentwen
okay
nti let's have me trust na mentwen I know the message yasmanu the message bi na mano nti aja do ma mi wie no bi so ma me left and I say pa me car na workshop nti aite na or the kofi
okay
nti me ma onu so twen nti nkradin bagye me dana se ena me na mja nti we nti na mama Africa
so we nya ho
dako mo de surprise sa na metuku yi awawe Zion ladies mo message no me nsaka asida kese na esem de ma mu nyina me das sounds na another big message jamu na mu ko keep kusunra
sa
ena mo baaye mo ma mi briefing sisi a e say bi ni nyina no say e ho so dwumadie ni ko so kese pa a e bi ase no eminya amade
okay
ndi sa amade no ena me das na maka say mo nkoso na munya adwuma se ni amade nso be ba be kam nsa
sa
na de de ni say afi na concept no a ye de baaye no enti ase eye adwuma enti wo time no minim say it will be easier to conquer this country with our message enti na basu bokese ozo wono mpanyimfo ene mo amufin kran kota achiri ene nyamye nyina no asida kese na de mamo se mo me enkoso me enya adwuma na enya ba akofo de baby adi adu no information awo wa bia wunni akukuduro se ubeti akọ animu obi nso a want to dance we dey enti mo me nyiri ye enko ye ni Oba bi ne bi hyiae sɛ yɛate ɛho asi wɔ sɛ yɛyɛ adwuma kɛse a ɛte sɛ biribiara bɛkɔ so wano ama yɛn nti mawie ne saa no mehyɛ ɛbɔ nso mekɔ fie yɛ mebɔ playback sɛ no maka sɛ map no ɛde to hɔ no yɛmfa Americafoɔ anka ho
okay
na Europe, Africa, Europe and Asia ɛna meyɛ sɛ wɔn kɔ Asia no ara na ɛsa migrate through Siberia, Russia ɛna wɔn pie different Americas.
Okay.
Nti mhwɛ bɔ sɛ ɛbɛyi video bi nti me nsɛ mmerɛ koraa no medeɛ no ba betwam first video no ɛbɛsen kɔ wie a na kyerɛ sɛ bayɛ deɛ ɛsɛ ɛyɛ.
Okay. Eti first video of say yenyi na body eda so no the origin of indigenous peoples according to the Bible. From Bacho say no. Okay. Eti Bacho sa video na ye crowd amunja engu my MCR.
Eno na emi hu Red India.
To some interpretations of the Bible, the genetic origin of the indigenous peoples of the Americas, Siberia, and Russia can be traced back to one of the descendants of Japheth, the son of Noah. The specific offspring responsible for giving rise to the indigenous peoples is Targama, the son of Gomer, who is one of the sons of Japheth. Targama is the ancestral father of both the indigenous peoples of the Americas and the Asian peoples, particularly the natives of Siberia. He is positioned as the second ancestral father among the tribes descending from Ham, who is the father of the black peoples. Genetic tests have indicated that the primary and predominant origins of the indigenous peoples of the Americas and Russia, specifically Siberia, can be traced back to the Asian peoples, who are descendants of Targama. Targama is primarily associated with the Native Americans and serves as their ancestral father. This genetic fact is not only evident in DNA but is also reflected in the physical appearance of indigenous peoples. Their distinct features, such as slanted eyes and dark, straight hair, clearly indicate their Asian origin through Targama's descent. However, the descendants of indigenous peoples are not solely the offspring of Targama, the father of the Asian peoples. The presence of dark or brown skin tones with various shades of light brown can be attributed to the descent from one of the tribes of Ham, the black peoples. Thus, indigenous peoples are a mixture of both Targama and Ham. It is worth mentioning that the name Targama itself has linguistic etymology, referring to broken or pulled, which is an allusion to the slanted eyes of his descendants. Moving on, the second father of indigenous peoples is undoubtedly Ham, as many of them possess brown and dark skin tones associated with Hamitic descent. Therefore, indigenous peoples are a blend of Ham and Japheth, or more specifically, Ham and Targama. The presence of brown and light brown skin tones is commonly observed among indigenous peoples. Another characteristic that points to the Hamitic origin of indigenous peoples, such as the Mayans, Aztecs, and Incas, is the distinct presence of the Negroid nose in their sculptures. This trait is not limited to the indigenous peoples of the Americas but can also be observed in other indigenous populations. An intriguing fact worth noting is the existence of the Khoisans, a tribe in Africa known for their slanted eyes and variations in skin tones, with some individuals having lighter complexions compared to other Africans. This suggests a strong genetic influence from the Hamitic tribe and highlights the connection between indigenous peoples and the Asian peoples descended from Targama. This similarity can also be observed among the native peoples of Siberia, who share striking resemblances with Asians, characterized by their slanted eyes, fair skin, and straight, dark hair. Furthermore, there is another ethnic group that shares similar characteristics with Asian peoples. This is due to the common origin of indigenous peoples and Asians. Specifically, indigenous peoples descend from the Tagarma peoples, who are also present in North America. Among Native Americans, some individuals have fair skin, while others have darker skin tones, and their facial features may bear resemblance to black people. However, their hair remains dark and straight. Interestingly, in some Asian peoples of Siberia, red hair can even be found. When looking at an image of a child with such features, one may naturally question whether they have Asian or Indian origins, as there is a striking similarity. If we were to dress this child in traditional Japanese geisha attire, they could easily be mistaken for a Japanese child. An interesting fact is that all indigenous peoples, regardless of their geographic location, such as American Indians and Siberian natives, share a similar basic structure in the construction of their huts and houses. This demonstrates a close connection between these people who come from different tribes. According to biblical tradition, the indigenous tribes are believed to have dispersed throughout the Americas and other regions, originating from Tagarma and one of the Hamitic tribes. Another curiosity that connects them to Asian peoples is the presence of slanted eyes and extremely straight and dark hair. In addition, another aspect that brings them closer to African peoples, who descended from Ham, is that all indigenous peoples have drums and instruments that are reminiscent of African cultures. Another point that connects them to the Asian descendants of Tagarma is the use of instruments such as the flute, which indicates a close and shared origin among virtually all indigenous peoples. The flute is a prevalent instrument in Asia, with several similar or related instruments found in other regions. Take a close look at an indigenous child and observe their features, hair, slanted eyes, and skin tone. Now compare and notice the similarities with another child of Asian origin. The resemblance is striking. This indigenous child could easily pass for a Filipino child, as some Asian countries have received influences from the indigenous peoples. However, in the case of indigenous peoples, their origin can be traced back to Japheth and Ham, specifically to Tagarma and one of the tribes of Ham.
Video nana meno eguso eni guso a ye share yi eye ofa video a oma ye hu se edamadi ama ye hu se America na ye hu no na enipa bi wo ho ansa na omutu ebinom etu anamon akoho na no ena ofa ma ye hu se omo ana omo wo ho omo kopie mu wo ho no na omo ya bibifo o hwe omo tinwi omo kala no omadi ye ne ma bibibire even ba nyomoto omo instruments omo use for music ayi ni ade a eda na di a kire se eya bibifo ena na ewo ho eno ehu video ena ofa ema ye hu we ya America ena na ofa kire se American so no before kopie mu ewo ho yo over
yo confirm that say afi na yesi Japhet Genesis 10 2 to 5.
Okay.
Genesis 10 2 to 5.
Okay. Genesis chapter 10 verse 2 to 5. Okay. I'll say the sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai and Javan and Tubal and Meshach and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz and Riphath and Togarma. And the sons of Javan, Elisha and Tarshish, Kittim and Dedanim. By these were the Ises of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families, in their nations of Ambacho Mary.
Enti Japhet Emma any more for and they occupy the lands of Europe. That's the first picture.
Or you see Gentiles and so Mahomo.
What the Bebaho.
Okay.
The Bebaho to say a horror or only race was enlarged.
Okay.
To include the barbarians.
Okay. Okay. So your first picture no. Daily Graphic, 24th April 2001. Europe founded by a few hundred Africans. Sa picture na ikada mu fanti so mai.
Okay. ɛhɔ nso abibifoɔ ɛna tu anamɔ nko pii hɔ sɛnea scripture no ma yɛhu wie a yɛtumi ahu sɛnea ɛsi tiɛ no. Second picture no yɛ the mail on Sunday 9th January 2016 GCSE peoples to be taught, also GCSE peoples to be taught that the nation's earliest inhabitants were Africans who were in Britain before the English. Mufasa picture no ento so my. And also okay. Next picture. The next picture is independent. February 7th, 2018. Chadaman discovery. Chadaman discovery. First modern Briton had dark skin is reminded. Sorry, but Chadaman discovery. First modern Britain had dark skin is reminder. We are all from Africa, expert says. Ubasa picture into so many. Into society idea. Yanya bewe mua. Yahu said before the starting here. Yanko her next video. Okay. The next video here. Black European Act. But what's video na kada munjangu mai.
na video a yɛkɔhwɛ yɛ ɔfa ɛma yɛhu wɔnyɛ before na yɛ you ɛyɛ aborɔfo na ayɛ blacks are first blacks in Europe ɛna wɔn take time ayɛ wɔn saa act we nyina dodo wɔn gu when you go to their museums a wɔn wɔ esan sɛ menu mmienu yɛn hwehwɛ saa nneɛma we nyina nti no ɛyɛ yɛn sɛ hwi ni hɔ saa ɛno na ɛnɛ ɔfa ɛyɛ dɛm adi ɛyɛ wɔn aborɔfo no na take time ayɛ o ɛkyerɛ sɛ blacks a wɔn bɛ di yɛfrɛ no sɛ Europe so take it na wɔn wɔ Europe ansa na wɔn to wɔn take time adoro wɔn ayɛ wɔn we nyinaa yɛ wɔn ho act ɛde egu hɔ na wɔn adi ne nyinaa no wɔyɛ gye sɛ wɔkɔ Europe wɔn na wɔkɔ kɔhwehwɛ ansa na wɔbɛ hu menu mmienu deɛ ɛwɔ ha yi yɛhwehwɛ nti yɛn hu ɛno na ɔfa pɛsi yɛn hu na ɔda na di nti ɔfa mɛ yɛn hu the blacks are when you go to Europe wɔn museums a wɔn ayɛ wɔn act egu hɔ na sɛ ɔfi sɛ nyɛ nokware a kabroni bɛgye mmerɛ atumi ayɛ saa nneɛma wei nyinaa gu hɔ a ɔde yɛ nka yɛ adumadeɛ a ɔkɔ ne museums a ɛwɔ hɔ kakwasi kɔkɔɔ anka ɔnyɛ da ɔfa ɛka bibi akyerɛ yɛn ɔfa patɔ ɛdase
yɛn hwɛ next picture.
Okay, the next picture no abodi ɛda so no ɛyɛ the Africans who conquered Rome. Septimus Severus, the African emperor of Rome. Move sa picture no into so much.
Roman emperor Rome. Nti Septimus Severus, the African black Roman emperor. Nti yɛn ho wei di a yɛn kɔ hwɛ next video.
Okay, the next video no Septimus Severus, black African Roman emperor who built London Wall. Move sa video no engumai.
What do you know about the Romans from being taught history?
Oh, well, I know Rome was not built in a day, that's for sure. Very good gladiators. I can remember Julius Caesar.
Well, it's really interesting you say that, because Julius Caesar is the individual, along with Cleopatra, which most people reference when they talk about the Roman Empire. And Caesar is also famous for coming to Britain, and a lot of people think that Caesar conquered Britain, but he didn't. So effectively, he came, he saw, but he didn't conquer.
Oh.
Now, the most important Roman, I would argue, who actually ever came to Britain was the African emperor, Septimius Severus.
Hold on. Let's just stop there.
Okay.
Are you telling me there was an African emperor?
There was an African emperor, and he was one of the greatest Roman emperors. So he was born in North Africa in AD 145, and he died here, right beneath your feet.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So
in York?
In York. This is where he would have lived. His bedroom would have been within 10 yards of where we're sitting, below us. Actually, I can show you what the family looked like.
Really?
Because we have a portrait here called the Severan Tonda. This is like a photograph.
Oh my goodness.
Of the Severan family. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
And there they are.
Wow. It's amazing to actually see his portrait. It's a black man, isn't it? I always remember the Romans being quite violent when I was at school. Was Severus nasty?
He was a warrior. He came here to Britain in AD 208. He got a message from the governor, and the governor said that we here in Britain are being attacked from the north and we're in danger of being overrun. The first thing he does is have them build the walls of Roman London.
Wow.
So the city of London, to this day, the square mile is defined by the African Emperor Septimius Severus. If you walk into the reception area of the British Museum, the first bust you see is a bust of Septimius Severus, alabaster white, but actually when it was in real life in the Roman world, it would have been painted as he was, a man from North Africa, a black man.
So no one would know that that was not a white man?
Absolutely right. This is a man who's there all the time. He's right in front of us all the time in the British Museum, but nobody knows unless you dig into the story that he was a warrior emperor from North Africa who stayed true to his own heritage.
This is just incredible. can't believe I don't know about this story. And it's such a good story as well.
It's got everything. It's more Game of Thrones than Game of Thrones.
An African Roman emperor ruling Britain? How did I not know about this? And Dr. Simon's got another surprise up his sleeve.
There's an amazing artist called Daniel Vossart who specialises in creating realistic images of Roman emperors, and he's created this. I give you...
Wow! It looks so real, doesn't it? That looks so real.
If you look at his eyes, it's like looking into the eyes of a real person.
This African emperor has just completely blown my mind. It's completely changed my idea of the whole Roman Empire. I so wish I had known this as a child.
The Roman Empire is a truly cosmopolitan mixing pot of people from all over the Roman Empire.
He's powerful, he was a warrior, you know, he led from the front, people respected him, and most importantly for me, is he's really...
Wake Up Africa, na royal television so na ofa papa we Daniel Medi ahintasem Roman Empire na da ho no empress no madidi so no the ancient empress ebedi wiase so no na sabre no Roman Empire no omudi so no black tuntum pa na oye emperor the Jumadi a odi ya say on build even sa London Wall and me omaye ni image omaye ni bruni image asi wono eno na kwesi kokko na akọ history no de ade no say na tie no so obeya aya obedemadi pepepepe ma no kona pie ena what demadi amaye hu say sa Roman Empress na omudi anim ombaye no kese pa ono wagidin a obo adwuma yie pa obe konka even London no or no or tuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntuntun black African woman no omo eda na di no mu di hu nkomo ene no fa e ma ye hwe no medase over pacho
medase kofi enti se yetimiya black emperor picture ni ahwe dia ene we bewura ahensem royalty na Europe royal families no one descended from black mulattoes one and only P ya actually on Baba ye ahensem na ehu a Queen Elizabeth benefit radio pure white ya ba he ni na say no kwa
aya
enti ekoba say before the Europe force and as I control Europe for about 1,400 years thereabout. Moss, a better moss for also. South African moss, G Spain, any Portugal, everybody become Mohasem. And ancient Rome, and as a Roman Empire also. Almost Baby D, we Severus, Septimius Severus, dia, and then Rabbit so be D so. Until one and one tea, and number so are actually royal dynasties sprung up in Europe. It started with Africans.
And I said before the culture, he
the core. I saw the founders of the area there. And then I will tell them the mean of that say, I'm here or here. The bien where to say. Let's do the next picture.
Okay. The next picture now, New African, April 2000, Black Britain Museum of Truth. Black Britain's Museum of Truth. But just a picture na crowd am fanto so mai.
Now you know, you welcome us later.
Okay.
The meet we aka kakra emperor ni die no.
Okay, timi kan ho na.
Kan ho no kakra no.
Okay, emperor ni die no e na ye kan ya fi we mu. In 208 AD, the Roman Emperor Septimius Severus stationed a garrison that included soldiers recruited from Africa to guide the Hadrian's War in the north of what is now England. Other historians even say blacks arrived in Britain in 50 AD when people from across Europe and Africa spilled into the Roman settlement Londinium, now modern London.
Museum of Truth here.
Okay.
Now I have a share senior etie. Now senior in America, royalty started with blacks because I brother you bedru a mere bruni there we are saying no you know a barbarian or a savage. Nintiasi be human destruction and tokwane akuku ni akunkum and here one sign because they were not civilized, you know. I know they don't know about it, we have because of no about it, and you know it started with Africans and the Twaso. And it is a sign I can't only watch it there. Yeah, next video. Your next video now be that's examples of black kings of Europe. Pacha video na ekadwa mujengu mai.
Exploring the pages of history, we discover the untold narratives about European black royalty. Prince Eugene of Savoy is a man whose accomplishments are as diverse as his heritage. He was born in Paris in 1663 and destined for greatness. Eugene's military expertise reached its peak during the Great Turkish War and the War of Spanish Succession. His triumphs at Zenta, Belgrade, and Turin cemented his status as one of Europe's most remarkable commanders, and his unique appearance became an iconic part of his image. In addition to his battlefield successes, Prince Eugene was a skilled diplomat and statesman. His negotiations played a critical role in shaping the post-war landscape, contributing to the stability of the Habsburg monarchy. Charles II of England, the King of England, Scotland, and Ireland, was known as the Swarthy Stuart by biographer James Boswell. His mother gave him the nickname Black Boy due to his dark skin complexion. However, the English were more accustomed to the lighter skin tone of the Tudors and called him the Black Bastard as well. During the English Civil War, he was described as a tall black man on the warrant issued for his arrest. These are but a few examples of a rich tapestry woven with obscurity. European black royalty is a testament to the diversity of our shared past. Stay curious and keep exploring.
Abusia sabi uguso awani guso eye jumadi a eye Wake Up Africa jumadi Royal Television so aha na obenya sa jumadi na video a ofama ye hwe eye blacks a eka ahinnie semwo Europe a ye call France ye call other European countries a omo a na omo ye ahenfo sem no ahensem no we ye ene yayi o ye ka tete sem no early Europe no na omo ye blacks eno na ofa ema ede na dia ma ye hu na we wonso wo hu se bibini sa Europe na da ho na ye wo na chechire ye se bibifo na dia ya ahemfo dia na ga so omo na omo chechire Europe na ga se Europe na me kwasi buni adia fa yembe ye kan ye se ye ne dia nti na bibifo no eni abre ye na nanom na chechire ye nti a ben ebinum so mpese omo ko mo diko over battle medase
enti 7D kan ye no so no and then modern European royalty no enti mean ka say ye pure white blood daddy and you can for no me white me can say aba enti say King Charles ne ma me Queen Elizabeth no won tete ho no ye ba be wem ni ahwe so ne ethnicity. Next picture no abodia edaso no Daily Graphic 2nd July 2021 Queen Elizabeth has African ancestors. Any question no bisa or say Queen Elizabeth has African ancestors question I will bisa no pa cho first picture no article here by no yonko enumeration na ye sabe na Harry Meghan Markle that is a bar no say the freedom no na it is say Buckingham Palace no bi am je say na wo di ubenwo royal na bibi that is modern abrofa almost 7 or no it has no more time any na article ayibi ba ya na kire say oh after all say British royalty kwa na before bi kwa be ahema ni ahene ho nti enu ko bie sa no it is a na bisa say and ya bia na ko ni veto ti no wonu so wo African ancestors what transfer ayo ho we fear before bi na sa e na wo obi aba in modern times no mo tete no mo ha adwen sa then go to kwa next picture
your next picture no Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I. Pacho, move us up picture no ento so mine. Queen Elizabeth I.
Now who got the kind bibi oha.
Okay.
Na so my picture no na so.
I say my na so.
Na who be kind Queen Elizabeth and who asem no.
Okay. Eti Queen Elizabeth odasu the one no. Ni who asem na book here dem ni of American title no. Black Britain book of Adamaye no na page the Adamaye no. I say Elizabeth I, House of Tudor, 7th September 1533 to 24th March.
House of Tudor for no. Well, we colored people before.
No, it's before.
Basically, not before.
Okay.
So next year.
Yo, enti book no and why indicator of actually no. I say Elizabeth I, House of Tudor. I say Tudor for you cut Tudor for House of Tudor for na say before 7th September 1533 to 24th March 1603 was Queen Regnant of England and Ireland from 17th November 1558 until her death, sometimes called the Virgin Queen. Gloriana or Good Queen Bess. Elizabeth was the 5th and last monarch of the Tudor dynasty, the daughter of Henry VIII. She was born a princess, but her mother, Anne Boleyn, was executed 2.5 years after her birth, and Elizabeth was declared illegitimate. Her half-brother, Edward VI, bequeathed the crown to Lady Jane Grey, cutting her half-sisters out of the succession. His will was set aside. Lady Jane Grey was executed, and in 1558, Elizabeth succeeded the Catholic Mary I, during whose reign she had been imprisoned for nearly a year on suspicions of supporting Protestant rebels. In her book, Elizabeth the Queen, Alison Way describes the 25-year-old Elizabeth as tall and slender, with a tiny waist, small bosom, and beautiful, long-figured hands, which it pleased her vanity to display to advantage in a variety of affected poses. She had a swarthy complexion like that of her mother, Anne Boleyn. Okay.
Me ka ayika krana word na use your swati ene na ebefe.
Okay.
Na de dey mu ni say Henry VIII eware ne we di kan ne wo emamiensa. Na hono ene ere say nti say mi nwa ba ma obetimi adi ma de na ma ene ko hu oba fufu bi anu efe no and bowling. Nti no ayesa say me ware no dia ebi obetimi amanya ebabema. Nti so okwa ware na meka ne yiri penyi no country as a wan no ho. Ana we man for say aware bido so eno say dey sa dia me kwa me ya metime ho. Ale na when I'm doing home I'm saying to say the one will become a because or him not to say me pebema obeso sidinia ema my whole be fufu a the one you just say obetunya mmenya ebabema moside nti ojaya ware no ware oba fufure ya efe ni se no ko wo ya no Elizabeth nti kwa na say asem no nti Elizabeth onu wa sebe hunu maame because of hunu maame kun no or the charge boy no say wakobo jamai wa ye de check because of us getting rid of her when me am no nya babema they describe Queen Elizabeth no they say was Swati. Next picture.
Okay.
Next picture no.
Next picture no. What does Swati means? What does Swati mean? But on first picture no. And to so my any question I will be sir. Okay. Okay. Yo. Of my book Swati no o masan actually mo o say Swati see Swat dark of complexion black daki Tawani Emma Rifcom yes anti Elizabeth no black dark of complexion black also so everyone say young person be no to say no mama and boy was black just like no mama Swat and young person be who never tell see no the present Elizabeth Mayen say oyi broni then share the next video. Okay, your next video no on this day in history January 15th 1558 on this day but on this day in history January 15th 1559 no first video no in mind.
On January 15th, 1559, Queen Elizabeth I was crowned in Westminster Abbey. Elizabeth, also known as Elizabeth Tudor, was the daughter of King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Her early life was tough. Her mother was executed when Elizabeth was just 2, and she was declared illegitimate. Despite these challenges, she became queen in 1558 after her sister, Queen Mary I, died. Elizabeth was a smart and popular ruler, known for her charm and political skill. She brought stability and prosperity to England and is remembered as one of the country's greatest monarchs. On January 15th, 1559, Queen Elizabeth I was crowned in Westminster Abbey. Elizabeth, also known as Elizabeth Tudor, was the daughter of King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Her early life was tough. Her mother was executed when Elizabeth was just 2, and she was declared illegitimate. Despite these challenges, she became queen in 1558 after her sister, Queen Mary I, died. Elizabeth was a smart and popular ruler, known for her charm and political skill. She brought stability and prosperity to England and is remembered as one of the country's great.
Video I share aye book na akenkan no Queen Elizabeth or black. Nanso video no me de ene ye den akosikoko na ye nti no waye ni broni. Nanso Queen Elizabeth first Queen Elizabeth or ye ni nana no oye tum ebe na akenkan ho ma ofa yi ni video e dey train over back me that's
it. Your next picture.
Your next picture no The Guardian 11th March 2009.
On January 15th.
Was this Britain's first black queen? Was this Britain's first black queen? A question I will be sir. But your first picture to so my.
I made the Guardian newspaper UK Bisa.
Okay.
Because after a minute do say, she should no crack. Where ya kata near maso. Where Queen Charlotte. Or also so no tum. I also be here Britain. Oh, yeah, Queen Charlotte.
From Queen Elizabeth no
next video.
Your next video no here. Queen Charlotte, Britain's black monarch. Move us a video no in my. And then some people here and buy a bridge.
Let's see this is back.
Goodbye.
is often recognized as England's second black queen. Of African ancestry through her Portuguese royal lineage, Queen Charlotte married King George III and played a prominent role during a transformative era. Her reign spanned the American Revolution, making her the symbolic queen of the 13 original colonies before they gained independence. To honor her legacy, the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, was named in her honor. As the great-great-grandmother of Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Charlotte's lineage continued to shape British history. Her descendants include today's modern royals, such as Prince William's daughter, who also carries her name, Princess Charlotte. Queen Charlotte's legacy offers a glimpse into the royal family's surprising diversity, subtly reflecting African ancestry within Britain's monarchy. Princess Sophie Charlotte, born in 1744, is often recognized as England's second black queen. Of African ancestry through her Portuguese royal lineage, Queen Charlotte married King George III and played a prominent role during a transformative era. Reign spanned the American...
Next picture.
Your next picture, no, fake portraits. I say fake portraits of Queen Charlotte to whitewash her black identity. What's that picture? No, enter Somalia.
Different versions of Queen Charlotte. I don't believe we are not to know. Obiani and then they fake. They only brony. Yo. Then go the next one. The next picture.
The next picture, no, King James I of England and the 6th of Scotland. King James I of England. Onwana, another king of Scotland. Now Scotland they know the 6th, but England there no first. But you start picture no more fantasy my of one that's one.
No, that's one. Well, we know.
But King James here no too. Hey, video no. Yo, the next video. Yeah, next video no. King James I of England and the 6th of Scotland. But the video na kada munjengo mai.
King James, the first of England, who authorized the translation of the now famous King James Bible, was considered by many to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest monarchs that England had ever seen. Through his wisdom and determination, he united the warring tribes of Scotland into a unified nation, and then joining England and Scotland to form the foundation for what is now known as the British Empire.
We have the portrait of James Charles Stuart, New College Library, Edinburgh, UK, born 1566, known as King James VI and First. He was King James VI of Scotland and King James I of England and Ireland. The portrait reads, James, by the grace of God, King of England, Scotland, and Ireland. Here we have another portrait of King James. There are many images depicting King James as being black or negroid, but of course there has been attempts to disguise his true identity, as seen here in this before and after depiction. King James' father, Henry Stuart, also called Lord Darnley, was a grandchild of Margaret Tudor, whom was sister of Henry VIII of England. Henry Stuart was the second husband of Mary Stuart and the father of King James. His mother, that is King James's mother, Mary Stuart, Mary Queen of Scots, was also a grandchild of Margaret Tudor, was wife of Henry Stuart Lord Darnley, her cousin and mother of King James. Mary, Queen of Scots, 1542 to 1587. National Portrait Gallery is said to be based on a work from 1606 to 1616, Elkington and Co. and Domenico Bruciani, 1815 to 1880.
I was here, Wake Up Africa, anyway, you go see na Royal Television. ɛso a na wobɛnya dwumadie sɛ royal television no mate sɛ ɛyɛ dwumadie a ɛno no ɛbɔ yamammerɛ ne yamaneɛ ho kyidɔm a ɛyɛ bibifoɔ nti no ahaya na wobɛnya dwumadie bi sɛ a yɛka bibifoɔ a yɛho dwumadie a na King James a Britain obedi so no ɔyɛ the first king of England ɛna ɔsan yɛ saa time no yɛ ɔhene nso so wɔ Scotland ana ɔno yɛ ɔtɔ so the 6 ɔno no ho asɛm ɛna yɛka yi a na ɔfa da na di ama ho sɛ na ɔyɛ ɔhene a ɔbɛdi so ɔbɛyɛ the first king of England na ɔsan saa time no nya na ɔyɛ ɔhene ɔsan yɛ ɔhene 6 ɔtɔ so 6 ɛwɔ Scotland ɛno na ɔfa ɛma me no mi no tum ɔfa mbacho me.
The next picture.
Okay, your next picture no King James the First of England. Okay, King James was black, part 1. King James was black, part 1. Part 2 picture na ekada mfa nto so mai. Okay.
Na King James ono na church Emma Protestant the Bible use King James Bible almost started in 1603 almost done in 1611 also sa and we for if we Westminster Cambridge and Oxford almost translate here the by 1611 no a Bible and then I buy Bible the favorite of English speaking countries in King James version and your him no territory next video.
Yeah, that's it. Your next video here, King James, the black king behind King James Bible. Sapisa no video na yakada pacho mujengu mai.
King James, the first of England, who authorized the translation of the now famous King James Bible, was considered by many to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest monarchs that England had ever seen. Through his wisdom and determination, he united the warring tribes of Scotland into a unified nation, and then joining England and Scotland to form the foundation for what is now known as the British Empire. At a time when only the churches of England possessed the Bible in English, King James' desire was that the common people should have the Bible in their native tongue. Thus, in 1603, King James called 54 of history's most learned men together to accomplish this great task. At a time when the leaders of the world wished to keep their subjects in spiritual ignorance, King James offered his subjects the greatest gift that he could give them, their own copy of the Word of the Most High in English. James, who was fluent in Latin, Greek, and French, and schooled in Italian and Spanish, even wrote a tract entitled Counterblast to Tobacco, which was written to help prevent the use of tobacco in England. King James was a king of Great Britain, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. King James was a black man, and the King James Bible is named after King James I of England, who lived from June 19, 1566 to March 27, 1625. In 1565, Queen Mary was married by her cousin, a black Scottish man of the royal family who was called Darnley. Darnley was killed in 1567, but he had left the queen a male heir of her own lineage. Queen Mary's son James was born a few months before his father's murder. Thus, he became the first king of England. James VI was therefore the son of a black man and a colored woman. We often hear about black royalty in Africa, but it is a little known fact that there was actually royalty in Europe as well. Yes, folks, King James, the translator of the Bible, was a black man. Let me say, one of the translators of the Bible. As you know, the Bible has been translated many, many times, but the most popular version in use in America for many years has been the King James Version. His actual version was the King James 1611
which included the Apocrypha.
Abusia Wake Up Africa, Jimmy Dino and Busia Wishy, where television so. Minimum Sabri, when you feed the fear in ye. Na, and there he's no in my there, in my him. Living on the saying of a percent of my before hope. Uye bibinia, uye tum to send me a material. Of a percent, and the swa, a year maono. Of a person who said, uwe ni da swa. And that's all home bibini. It's an say wo wiase ye ka wiase mu a eye wo na wo chichiri wiase no ani nti no enne ne ekote bayira ho mama bayira mo no yentumi nkyere na minim se ofa de owanu yi obekere ye te bayira sa bayira ho mama bayira me bayira nti nyamo no ofa be man here hu ani nti ni nyina no ye say King James Bible na me no use no papa na otaya kira oto oya enne asori bia wiase bia fo bia no kristosom ye nyira so ye Bible na ye fa se ye nyira so no King James ye ba ke se ye ni hu agro no nipa otaya tie no oto e ohene pa obi a tie no o bibini tum England ahora no di ne hene onye broni o e bibini na na che se wo bibini hope ni homa ofa
da se me bi ma no be si no eno se sa me ko yi wo ho na kwasikoko so person transo no dani bi to favor the because we start part 1 you best start this topic e can say kwasikoko e be whitewashing deceit any lies esisa ewiase agbakosem onyaye oguso the man who be see na the man who be see no let's hear last video
okay
ahemfo a omo ba ya omo wetuntuni na ya more white version of them. I press a Gigi. Your last video. Now, body of that area. White washing Europe's black monarchs. White washing Europe's black monarchs. Sa video na kada mpacho mu jam gumai. Yo, Wake Up Africa no ni gusa wo hwe na asam no aye me dama afi mi hu nya men ka biem isan se me bibini na me eka me nko ananka bibifo ye niema ahyehye yi na ye koya ni mu no nti ama mani age am overwhelmed bi ni beka na ni nyina ye offer eniema woda na di ama me nu mienu ye ho offer ma ye ho se ahema fo ni ahemfo a omo ye before tu a ombe di Europe so tichiri Europe no ene ye hu mo pictures a ya ye omo nyina broni omo nyina ya ye omo broni adentina kwesi office kwesi kokko be ye sade ne sa owo tirimupo enti se sometimes no obi kasa na o kasa Yeshua mpo ye bibini a o so wa ne hunya na nka hunya ade na Yeshua ne bibini na broni ba obeka che o so de picture o de ba no obeye ni broni ma o e wo tirimupo isan se o pese eni no o de diminish o ma hu se broni e superior than you ene no ye say e damage na hu se ye superior than them a psychological gameplay and on play empire juma because subconscious mind you know say record ya o ye ni hia a record until na before the be en bu am ho
ehu am ho so betimi aye bibi no enti yen so ye ma wahu na hu se sankofo nya no mo ya bibifo na o subconscious mind atimi arekode na brow ama wa di hu adi ama wutu anam bia wetimi ayere ho aye ni ye na succession aba ma bibifo eno a ena ofa gusu ye ofa pato we die last word
medimano obesia na oba ade enwe ahode a next week e be sa tena Europe.
Okay, yate
enti medasi
ofa me so medasi ye be call message so kakra na afi ofa se oba ade edum yen ya next week no ye be sa tena Europe na afi Europe no ebifo a atu atesa ya di eyomuso no wa mani nyina apie message so no o say I'm Abdul Mutalab RTV keep up RTV keep up live from Atebubu. Okay, yo yadase we Edu Kumase. I say Kumi. This is Edu from Kumasi branch. Please ask Wafa Yao for me. I always call him Abrantier. Where is he from? Please. Or is he Yeshua reincarnation or what? Edu we be of Angasa Ewaha. But your number we ma enfre a text message. For text message bra. Na minya enkinkan ma ofre me a obeha me esa mintimi kinkan message no. Good afternoon. Hey, Wafa ya opoku dankwa. You will kill me. Ya bless you from Amache Tema Newtown. Yo ofa obi se ubekuno Amache se enema udamedi no into ubekuno. Please, I'm from Pong from Techiman. For the past 1 month the sound is not good. Ye pato ya ye ye mufa entering why fidie into do etoda na abanisa. It's me Francis. Now you have opened my mind. Ya bless you. Sa na opese wo kandia you yate. I say good afternoon, wake up Africa. I'm still watching you live in Ajumako Bremai Isiam. But I say manya right. Good afternoon. Okay, and one wasan ade abano. Okay. We so say good afternoon, please tell your technicians to check the volume yo yate say omahwe ehun adwuma or the Cape Coast or the Cape Coast and a buyer and no omahwe ehun adwuma edi. Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. Mamu feel Mr. Ramona Mofra mean to me and kind. I'm Jeff from Kodi. If we are from one family, why is it that we speak different languages? Asemo ebinomo I may say program no me following no etoda monti ase na mo de follow no na so obeye ne dan. Okay, Jeff mpanyifo ate the enti I will say you feel one family now so you kind different languages of ate obetire mu o Bible ni mu a ubehu ewomo. Please, I'm not here to challenge. I say, please, I am not here to challenge you, but I want to learn from you. How did white people came to existence? You offer ate obe yano edi amount. I say, I am Tupac. Why do angel have white name like Angel Michael, Angel Gabriel, but human invented alphabets? Yo and me Tupac dia banano. I say good afternoon, God bless you. Or I believe in Africa. Yo and no one offer say you believe in yourself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself now. This is Joseph from Wiamwase Savior Mission. Okay, yo me name say Dina boy no yes Wiamwase. Okay. For last one we now. What a man of knowledge from Kumase Boating Ona Okanwe. Yo, abusha pepe so yadu no you tell ho na ye ba na yakọ ye bra panyo Israel na ono so ne dia owo no ode amayen. You tell ho ba eyi wa fide ni fi ha.
Yeah, one business general about town. Niko multimedia. So pay video editing, photo shoot, photo editing, documentary, business advert, music video, funeral program, birthday parties, onya uni how cry. Esan say Niko multimedia ebeye nina. Nesu yenwie yo. So we are wedding papa bi. Niko multimedia si en how ho cry. Ome cover ni nyina ma. So we are sorry. Anaso say we Ejumakuo bi a opesa u streaming live u program aye social media handles na aye Twitter, Facebook and the keka ho na Niko multimedia se woni how esan so mo ye ni nyina live abra program na ekoso Niko multimedia se omotonton gadget aye media gadget papa ebini aye audio and video equipment, cameras, speakers, microphones, mixers, nyina Niko multimedia aye ho adwuma Niko multimedia ewo Koforidia eho ana motare betimi afrend Niko multimedia ewo 0244 549107 aye Niko multimedia the media general ewo town. Thank you.
Amuna oba ye krum se oba betray yamesu eche no to nipa eche no di asase akwanu me akwanu mana bi asanyo akwanu me
abusia wani guso a wo hye ayadwumadi a ya tunu din say Wake Up Africa na oba de enye okese no hira wo say wanyu fidie na fia wa television eso na wani guso a wo hye na yadu efa mienu esan se ni dikan ni ofa ede awie amayen ne de nti yekọ Israel ho na ono so ne a owo mayen no ode ene asomye Israel ma akwa babiem ejo so ojiri se bibia eboko eye edo ba de ase eye menim se kama edo ba de ase em se ofa ede yen afam na nyema ofa bi so akere no amawo bibini a na kese ahoto so aba ama wo se oye ho a na o ma wani bere ablabo na bibipa ewo ho emaye enti baby e no yebe jai nyaka no so e de ama wo na mechia ayefo na ayefo eje wo so na mehye omose nkopon boa memenda ebe obi ankoto naba sa obi anko koto aba de open no toma no sa na fi nya good leader omedi yanim nteno we yankaba edikan ni na beto de open no no trauma no obi eba obejuma no de amai ntino me eba de ese obi a nkoto naba sa de to sunu no nse ena ekokekos sa maybe nkamemba nkameda na asafo binum eto challenge. Oh, okay, I see.
Intino you free kekos intem
yeah and
yeah
if you know mo
intino the driver ya Dubai kameda cause no ozo ya de manu ye fe kekos fo nkopon shiram ozo ono yire eno secretary no eno mpeni funi na penibo kekos oye bidro.
Oh, okay.
Munina ozo omato instrument brand.
I tutu me kranti Accra. Na head office kwa yen it's a to be.
Say na be
ozo atono. Instruments are ozo atono. Speakers are sigon. Any ampa next time was atono just say akwa na here national air program just say ya ko sa eba
ozo why are there
anya sa just say no mani ya say to bi
I be krache
why are there ozo abadwuma pa
why are there
yes
until na afa ayefe yeah okay say the open say onkola no o wi asra for a display
on national darling FM uchi nuto wa ozo obadwuma ye enya asem kito a and that dance yen kofo for ne pa che say
go you too
oh yeah juma
oh yeah the leader
yes
oya de of the ntị me buy no enka me mma the buy no say asafo bi abepa ho asem say o me tere nyime no ba kompo de o so bi dia wo de ha kwasa me de ha say Bibi yana misal da na say asafo no bi aba na so asafo bi ma the phone ko betam peke almost say many control I didn't try me say the go pon bi bi anante to bi bi anante good the second bi humanim pa me say biblical age biblical time o me go pon nanti ni na ye before
hata na boni
thank you say asole and the promo to European images you know so for them do for pa so if keep us with them na
na na joa e be do ye
na joa e joa pa na me bae na wa ma e me ya wa ma
ontimi ma obe da ba
also for Vitu Bible Church
takia boy
yeah na ka so
yeah no Vitu Bible Church yeah
na de bia no e ka mo ko a nka before the nka inside munyam
say no muti abo am mutimi di control the minds of people no mutimi e de ye ne omo ye no
adenta na kase ne ko pono bia nante say before ko a
ye de da no kure na di
entino ofa oyesen ko baba papa oyesen ko baba
oba yanke ye
nti bu fi gwen na no anunti antram de bae
yo
obon ko to pa ba do obon ko to pa wa ma ebe bi say e mani pe hu no kure
so kure ye pa no entro ho ntoma
ye ko po ma giri sa o cha before ye ko po ma sa di ye hu no enye pa hwe afa yawo enye me era bet fa se wa kana kwate me pawo oko Israel Jerusalem oko Israel so kwa research for Peter Fandoso yeah to so
acho MC amufa of our picture into so my
no kwa ye no oko pure Israel kwa bi ase
okay
oko hunu enko fo mo no no yeah ona show no no
ofa na
oje chiro no
ojina chiro na
ado sato kola ko mu no Israel okay Israel
na hwe nkwala no tuntun
yes
tuntun mami fo mu jenati obi atuntun
yes
yo
obo say e ni nua no e hwe no ma
ne nana
sana before ana Jerusalem no e yo mu dia Israel yo mu dia to ko hunu ne nkofo eso no Jewfo no e do mo si
kunkura se kura
afọ no ya madri
na body fita na na wo mu no
awoni
yeah
ona ti no ewo Israel abonten so here before
kola twa ne ho asia ni nyina before nko a
and two Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam
ha abawe ene odi yo banna
owo de fe Abraham no mo ka say onu ode osuma ho do no nsa baaye sana wiase kan no good okay ebi kwa se ba ko ye ni time no na picture no ho na drawing offer Abraham drawing no fatiso
yo MCR the next picture be kan sa
komi
to so maye
ona popon wan fa boni anante kan bi
anywhere obesa repeat say unsuro na oka
yeah we Muhammad anyway
we Muhammad yes mufa Abraham
fatiso we Muhammad no thank you
okay
Abraham
sa pepe
ne ko po say Abraham frufie frufie na kwa elanda ni so na bibini asafo na mo tro challenge no mo tumi amma ko ba yan kanye be de papa wasa begu oni Abraham a black man ɛna Muhammad so also a black man so ato so menko
ano so mo fa no dia no to so mayen
ɛmira be bon tentem ta mo konti
ya
enti no se ko pon no buru na nti a ebi na ɛyɛ be be kata no de abifo nko a Muhammad ni ifo mo ntɛ ni pa Muhammad ani ni ɔyɛ tum bibini pa oh ni free sa na what you say sa o ma tia no no afa na mo fa picture no so fa ton chen ya if no right picture so fa ton chen ni ehwe YouTube la mi etrisi itumi ku ha yes aba say no e chere bibi e chere awodi e chere sa o university sa obi professor aba you say no hu ha obi abono itumi ni ka uri tira ebe enkoye enko no eye spiritual significant a chere ni chere Muhammad abayiseku ha to be said kan fa bara no ma bi we na no o ma boje na nso no bibinu ewu no se enye ono a oni ko na nte o onye bibinu we bia dabi ma fa ma fo hu ni asa okay hwe orebu ho the father eknatum nti bi pa history yes sai ewura no obi kan de yes ka de boy ko pon de ru the only true one god and son of Muhammad Moses ko ampo no obe yase se ni pa man no o Egypt o here Egypt obi kan de yase e de boy o ko pon de ru so you have only one god from Jehovah and sana Moses ko pon yawo no it take times of years for the use to crampo no obe wiase no be ni patrol be so obe so mo so a nka me prepare our picture no yes okay if I show some more picture na mo fa sa picture no ento so emayen no be kan okay me kan asie no nyina yes okay yo I say picture mo fa so mayen na me kan ya o matini hu left centuries before Moses was born and 1,300 years before the death of Christ we Muhammad yere David yeah no Muhammad yere enye no the black inventors thank you okay dala mo point you MCR we be juma no o here to know the fellow came Akhenaten nti e ye pa odubinu tum na yere fellow na fatiti no jere nche no okay o me ka pichi je go pon kane asem o wiase okay also left centuries before Moses was born and 1,300 years before the birth of Christ, King Akhenaten of ancient Egypt, seen here with his wife, Queen Nefertiti, had become the first human to preach a belief in one God. Thank you. All powerful. Thank you. All loving. Thank you. And Akhenaten was he a black white man? And Akhenaten was black. Yes. And Akhenaten was black. Right. Imhotep's steps pyramid at Saqqara. Yeah. It's not okay. Into say obi ehweme. Maybe dunia. Maybe what we feel. Maybe suffer bi. Enkan say we akwa. We genta. Na nyame twere mpo no wo ani oni wo onu yi apam dadada ebe hu so me be UK kura mpo no tell before dia UK are go no ken chance no tell na so for quite before nso na opposite akwa mpa unya ofa eyen kwache o na mi say we hope ebe ba na before yes you believe say free the movement with the hope beba na before adisuanti and na keko secretary no o share Freemason for me do the two amount no I say hey he no go school yes yes
o se o challenge ya ma fe and na obiebie so no man chat no na get say Freemason be o da no because omo dey ka addition no
offer obi a on addition no o do no chi
that
Mr. Caribbean every person who refuse to follow you on your day so sua dey o you be near wa bon on so sua dey addition na epidemipa hware ya fra Kobe Spain Spain,
Barcelona,
the whole Europe,
Madrid,
Europe, West Africa, West Africa, for Salamanca University.
Okay.
And then the first school, first university, a PA over Europe.
Okay.
And before, and I got chase, I invested no.
Yo.
But for me,
be a man. Yo.
For me. And to me, I am proud.
Yes, to be black.
To be a follower of Yao, Poku Dampa, Santine Kwachi. And so, Ablante.
As you say, you show incarnation.
I'm happy, sir. Sir. No,
Papa,
teacher. Ngulachi.
Sir.
Hear me. No bomb pay, come on, let's see. So, David. Sir. Only
yes. We
have
a guide. We have a guide. Yes.
No, go pon et me one link. Ete komi se obi ka se e before ni pa oyo no a
no
ni we tell say you go pon fitase no ono e before na anante hwade university awo Europe no for the Salamanca report here no e before mo tie je thank you for no
okay. Yo. Okay. Book name na here kind of. I say records show that the very first university in Europe, Salamanca in Spain, was founded after the founding of the University of Sankore in Timbuktu.
Yes.
Yes, Sankore.
Na a ancient name.
Sir.
And I say you focus fire. Let the Timbuktu,
sir.
African black people. Yeah, already.
I say whose professors were all African.
The people were hot amount the beginning. The mistake I know, they come once later.
I mean, some papa obedani na.
We need to paya. I say hate.
Say ko.
Umeme onimu. Onto ntwe. Memi ho bonfia. Aso say agenta. Hey. Oh, this man.
I say onye genta on your abasa say onye genta onye nyame ba a nyame no wa pam
yeah Kofi Annan every time I you buy no the US Secretary General or boy Juma
yes
history Kofi Annan beginning
yes
asante for some news there and so asante what be there na
don't go there
44 10 times yes eti kumi the say mama no 40 say Machi Muhammad black man
Abraham
black man ebogo dankwa
black man
afiye oba bi a okọ Solomon chen
okay
na nyansa ofana kwa
yes
ko Solomon no o say no Solomon Onyankopon ewo ne mu so Queen Makida Bible friend say Queen of Sheba, Ethiopian woman.
Thank you.
Mama no oy bibini very black woman.
The Ethiopian learner.
Yes.
No a learner or to be papa sama mi we kan history.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo.
Pache, omo hwe.
Pacho, mo hwe fama mi. Yeah. Queen Makida.
And the medicine Edro. Ewiase ose nipa na ochebe edro. Enne obi yale a no kwa botre okoje harisa o obodo nchen. Nipa na edro. Father of medicine. Efo him botep.
Nagaza anya medicine ewiase mom.
Ya hwasia ma bibia dane. Ofo whitewash.
Me na dan to this year. Chese. For you are din koma. On say blori there na bibini there. Den na bibini. And I'm say, "Hey. Ade bia hu wiase bia no. Bibini na invent here. Blori beto yi. Na bibi na ayira. Enama ene yehu ni yehu no. Oyehuni akwa ne ntiase. Officer we legon. Level 200 level 300 ni ntina me say maza. Enyo classroom ade na me make kan ho asem.
Into from him hotel. Father of medicine.
Father of medicine.
They say according to history, what they said, no ho na Roman for
eba jinim die.
Edeko. Also the kind yo of a demano. The kind of free at the aba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bibini pa. Okay. Me pato officer be say fia.
Top clear.
Ingotep. And it didn't why. Okay. Yo, Imhotep was an ancient Egyptian who lived about 2300 BC. Record shows that both Greece and Rome had their knowledge of medicine from him.
What it?
He was worshipped in Rome.
What it?
As the Prince of Peace.
Not European fellow.
They worshipped
him.
He was worshipped in Rome as the Prince of Peace in the form of a black man. Okay. Yeah. Architect. Architect.
Yeah. Yeah. Yesu. I feel Yeshua.
Yeah.
I'm not for say or your white. Before they come. Before say if it yes sir. You go to the time no. Unyame ofa broni anabi adwumada dabi. The second being biblical time no. Unyakopon onfa broni anya adwumada. Enu ntino so bi ni wo say adwenkwa no ye broni dia over to you. Mo hear the picture.
Okay.
You show a picture
for this year. Pastor Mufa, you show a picture and photo so my.
You believe in you?
Oh,
there be.
Yes.
Yeah,
only that's no. Na beji no. Somehow.
Only. Thank you. Ah, dear. Moving to here. Your friend man be Billy Graham. I'm gonna come on in no. So for sorry ya or did you pa fellow Billy Graham.
Tell evangelist. Yeah, tell evangelist for no see so no.
Don't come in from na you say true Billy Graham.
Omo no sha asi o.
So focus so about me pa
charismatic movement no.
You know, or you could say be.
Yeah.
And I say no kure me no kan kure. Papa na odi yesu asedi no so aye no. Na ofi African a black man.
Okay.
No, about from your room. Papa. No, I was saying, look at me. Papa Nagasa. Yes, Nagasano. I don't want to go or your black man of Africa. You have video,
yo. I'm sure about your video, no. Monsha, Namunjangu Maya, na Abusiano, Enyabi, and share.
Thorns on his brow and his face was bleeding. And they laughed at him and they spit on him and they mocked him. And with one snap of his finger, 72,000 angels had already drawn their swords ready to come to his rescue and wipe this planet out of existence in the universe. And Jesus said, no, to this end was I born. And he dragged and lifted and hauled that cross. And don't you black people ever forget one thing. The man that helped Jesus carry that cross was a black man. And don't ever forget another thing. Jesus belongs to Africa. as much as he does to Europe and Asia. He was born in that part of the world that touches Africa and Asia and Europe, and Jesus was not a white man like me, nor was he as black as some of you. We don't know what the color of his skin, but it must have been a dark color like the people of his day, because he was a man like them. Don't ever say it's a white man's religion or a black man's religion. It's a world religion. He belongs to the world.
Abusia Sabri, Wake Up Africa, and the Gusa Oshi, na Israel de Beba, and Yasam Kitwa. It's Sabri, Yako Israel. It's a Kumi, yes, sir. Your man and the pair will say, and before Sebi, a BB, not by the home, sir. Bring free New Europe. Abby, the couple every from the church. Na ọdọ báyẹn no ọkàsọ bí ka ho ẹnẹ bìbìní tìmí wúlò sẹ asọdọ yẹ Nyankopɔn ẹmùsọm na ọmọ bá no bèèmí náà sọmọ ọmọ no ọsẹ mọkọ Africa o mọkọ Africa na ọmọ nkọ na ọmọ kànkyẹ Africa fọdọ sẹ. Na musumu no ene ya bofo no omo ntwe mu na musumu so obi ne Nyankopɔn dada mutse ne pa o asamu a panyin kan ya no no ka che abafo se mo kwa Africa black man hometown ebi ko buru ya so na moko no babu ese no moko tare na upside down for before no no me Nyankopɔn de mo kan Nyankopɔn asɛm kwa nkyerɛ mu dada ntije we letter King Leopold Otroye yo no your Belgium king yeah okay yo we speech delivered by King Leopold to the missionaries journeying to the Congo only they are solid by 18 missionaries yeah they brought church to Africa say asole ego pono esum dia ti asama we am kai okay reverend fathers and dear compatriots the task asked of you to accomplish is very delicate and demands much tact and diplomacy fathers you are going to preach the gospel but your preaching must be inspired by first the interest of the Belgium government state. The main goal of your mission in the Congo is not to teach the African Negro the knowledge of God, because we already know him. They already know him. Let me actually say, some I think I say, ohini bia na oya ohini na oya ohini of Belgium, and na osuma missionaries. You can missionaries are a software a day in Sempaka. Na omunam kan sempa e de brain Africa ha oba no no ka che o ma na sesuma na osuma o mu no djuma bia o mu de ba no butaya ese so o mu ba o mu hwe no o mu accomplish o mu sa etimi eka no ene wa sem na papa kan na o ka che o mu se mu ko Africa mu hwe se mu djuma bia mu ko di no enye se mu ko kire Africa fo nyamesom memom mu interest aye enema da makoma so no enye aye Belgium yamai ni ebenya enyema yebetumi anya fi Africa eni enyema yese da makoma so muko amoko no munkan hu se eni na me na mukọ kire Africa for no isan so musa nyame no omunim dada thank you intinu munko na ma munko yese mukọ kire nyame so omunim nyame so dada na mum no munko dane nyema ni se ne be ya yebetumi anya enu nti ne me afi omho sofo ofo biyere enu nti na asan penifo ewi asosika o say interest of Belgium of course enye obade ni na me o kire nyame so no hwe election ma be o say community
Ebedute.
Obiaidin.
Asafo no
na.
MPP.
Nigeria for your predict.
Thank you. And I'm catching say the implement that sort of buy no. And
yes.
And I profit margin, making profits out of it.
Yes.
First of all, say the beginning person you go pokasa. You or no? You go pon sa. You do come
sir.
Into the entire sort of buy no. You say be here person who go pon to that sort of buy. Obo the sort of buy no. Ni no go pon no that.
Pon na ebifo ni nim Nyankopon da. Say no waka no. Say no mamu nko say mu ko tire Nyamesom.
No.
Obo nim Nyamesom.
No.
No Belgium interest. Na Belgium betumi nya.
Ade a out of say you the beginning free almost odu make no oye ho. Na Arab for no, white for no, a pampered before no. Now so the whole history to say Muhammad no kwampo no. Oye bi
sir.
Wo mo dey man na no.
Oye before.
Wala akwa no na no. Munya before.
Sir.
Ade nti na bi bi ko meka na pampam no. Yeah. The makai. Ebi 2 million na che wusi.
Okay. Well, I say Prophet Muhammad also surrounded himself with other Africans who had a profound impact on Islam. The most well known is Bilal, the first Muezzin prayer caller.
Allah. First man, oye
bibini tum.
Nsuri bibini no, o meka so ye hokwo.
Ye pamo. E pimpia osin chen.
O ko ba fo alaji na o kunkun. Unu je. Alaji, no da kana de ho. Alaji ediko. Alaji ozo. Na o kunkun. The founder no. Oye bibini
tum.
Enko yi
sir.
Ebifo enka chire o
sir.
Onyame wo hwe manasi.
Eda se pa se wano asi amayen sabi Israel so edina no die asi. Anunti MC a mutual line into mayena ye hwe se ebetimi afa course kakra messages kakra ba. I say the European countries that take message pacho Jesus, a black or white woman from Sir Johnson, Anane. Papa we, so I don't know. Yo, yate, honestly, do the The Europeans came in with their worship, which is their foreign gods, and they manipulated us to join their own, which they introduced the Bible, which is a manual to make slavery easier. Okay, I am the general from Bogoso. Okay, yo Bogoso general, yo yate. We say thank you, teacher. I am proud to be black. I'm Obed Dazi from Abuaze Ahanta, Western region. Odini Pakwa Ofefi.
Good afternoon.
Yo, one of these Yanko. Yo.
And so, Masam Kakra American say, Africa, over Bible text to do Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 29. Onyankopon si obo nipa ten na nipa tibili again and I guess our differences yaba. I'm Africa, you be a mobile, and you to me. I say, yes, the study of genetics. What to me, yes, sir. The new BMWA, what then we are here, what would be beneath. they need to know the beginning to know the origin of the white was from black. In case me say me come the beginning of akolabi that so in that environment enabling not now akran be tina damburu into the more kind of no say the origin of man is black.
Okay.
My question is also for that one say Adana Asian civilization, Ethiopia, Egypt, any kind of African countries, they were all found to be blacks, but European North African, including Egypt, so Mokala assassin.
Yo, offer ask a question. I know. Yeah, that's it. Or the no at the amount. There is only one truth on this planet, Earth, and this truth can be found only in Wake Up Africa. From Thomas Newton Yankee, Agona Ahanta. Yo. Good afternoon. God bless you all. I believe in Africa. Hello. Thank you for the good works. Africa will rise again. I am. Hello. Udini Fakwa Fefi.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Udini Fakwa Fefi.
But good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Udini Fakwa Fefi.
But your friend and I are for the 50 Eastern region.
Okay, but for this I'm tuja.
Oh, mama, now we are black. I say nipa. So I'm feeling that I'm black and proud.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, yeah, that was it. Pass. I need to say before the G and who di. More friend, yes, Misramo. Please, great teachers, good work done. Keep the fire burning. My humble question is, where are the descendants of Keturah's children today born to Father Abraham? But a question no. Hello. Udini Fakwa Fefi.
Hello, good morning. Afternoon, sorry.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Udini Fakwa Fefi.
You name for free. You are more Savior Nation.
Okay, Yanko, on this and Fatuja.
Alright, no being a mini dream to be power because so now I get stronger when it comes to believing in myself, I think this program, it is one of the programs I think the number airtime time to in fact, you are emotionalizing people, no being pain when it comes to say any public in the
yeah, that's it. Say, Jumano Mojetom Namu say Ampa and Nebibini as so sorry. Please, great teachers, good work done. Keep the fire burning. My humble question is, where are the descendants of Keturah's children today, born to Father Abraham? Keturah's children born to Father Abraham. Okay, often, but your question is what you say. Sofo Mame from Kumasi, keep up the good work. I am Sofo Mame from Kumasi, keep up the good job. God bless Wafa and the crew. Yo, Yate. Oh. Entimu Mame nye ejume. MCR. Pacho MZ nkofo no minim se line no fra na omo fe me line no minim de ntia omo fe e wo line na mo de atoso no pacho mo okay mo ye yisa no ba yesre mo a mo hwe na ya ma mo fe line no djumadie na ye di no eye ni nyina ne se yebebie wani ofa afato ne ho so se bibini obesore ni nti no de sa topic we aba se be ya bibini obehu nipa ban a woye esan se yese abrabomu no se obetimi akonkan obetimi adiye obetimi agira brane a na wahu nipa ban a woye. First of all, the first thing for you to be able to be successful knowing who you are, knowing yourself, and no offer afato no so anei order na di amame no ye hu no I Wake Up Africa Royal Television djumadi na wani guso a udi kwese da bia mpanyifo amnom di djumai ofa ya opoku dankwa a executive director ede Michael FN Free the Mind Movement one ne ba Israel Nkroma ɔno so yɛ national coordinator edema eko efɛ freedom mind movement me a me di dwuma di mtia me kwese da bia me tena dwam no me di ane Kofi Kumi oba de edom yɛn na sɛ ɔde kyɛn ya da sɛ na yɛ bɛsen hyia makra mo